I gotta ask about Max Truck.
Yeah.
How'd you come with the name, or did the family come up with the name?
We already had it, like planned to have the name of Mac, MACC. So I just assumed he'd be a truck. Cause my other kids are the same.
Yeah.
Kind of do it. It kind of had a ring to it, so we liked it. But his middle name is actually Allen, so it's Mac Allen Morris. But had to throw some extra shit in there.
How are you feeling about yourself this time of the year? Because we talked often about the previous two preseasons not being able to really be yourself, not being able to train, not being able to be ready. This year is completely different. Like, you're ready to go, and you even got that dunk the other night. So, how are you feeling now compared to the previous couple preseasons?
I mean, I just felt like I approached the off season a little bit differently. We had a lot of time this off season, very normal. You know what I mean? We kind of packed a lot of those seasons in, and had a lot of time to be able to evaluate my body, try some new things, and switch up my training. I think it really helped me.
When was the last time you felt this? Was it before you were with the Knicks, in that season?
Yeah, because this was actually when I got here, was the first time I've ever missed training camp, or like even sat out of training camp. So right before I got here, when I was with the Knicks, previous years I was strict.
Are you like body weight? Are you like at a lowest point since when, or is it?
I wouldn't say. I would say probably body fat in general. My weight is pretty low, but it's just around what it was like this season last year. So I mean, I tried to like come in at that weight just to see how my body would feel, and it's doing well. I'm running better, moving better, as expected of myself.
Norm talked about how guys like yourself, him, and Luke are going to get probably the most wide open shots you've gotten in your career playing alongside John, especially with Kawhi and PG coming back.
Yeah.
How have you felt about that so far in the preseason?
As expected. I had a chance to play obviously with Kawhi and PG, so I know what my shots coming in at, so it's kind of like just referring back to when the guys were both on the court. Same shit.
And then with John in the mix, is that even more expanded now?
Definitely. Just having somebody push the pace like that and get into the spots a little bit quicker. Obviously, you've seen in preseason, how quick he is, and just being the player, kind of like he pushes it similar to when I was in Boston with Kyrie. Just finding and playing off him and getting the transition, seeing what he likes to do. Which direction of the court he likes passing the most. So, just being a vet is kind of just reading those guys and seeing what they like and just feeding off of them.
Marcus, when you look at Kawhi and PG, and I think the other day was preview, and when I was out of his way, I'm prompted to say that Kawhi's the one, I'm the two. There's no egos involved in that relationship at all. What have you seen in their kind of 1-2 relationship, both on and off the court over the years?
They seem like they got a great relationship. I feel like all of it, for the most part, the camaraderie around the team is, especially this year, has been a lot better than previous. Those guys, they're genuinely friends, so it's not really like a competition thing. They're both getting paid max money, so shit, on paper it's straight. So I don't really see it, and their personalities is both laid back, so it's not really like a like a guy that's kind of like stepping up and trying, like you see Pete went out his way to say that, what I'm saying, and it just shows the test that we all trying to win. So those questions, he kind of wanted to get in front of it, so there's no need to go along in the season trying to see who's one and who's two. They both can play, both superstars. Both can take over games. Both, great players to me. So, it's good to have them both.
Do you guys feel like you're ready for the start of the season? I know some of the players have been anxious to start. Ty said that he doesn't feel you guys are ready yet, but how do you feel about that?
Yeah, we ready.
You ready?
Marcus, what's the difference between approaching the 5 or back of 5, those responsibilities this season compared to the previous years?
For me, then?
For you specifically?
I would probably say just earlier in the season. I didn't really do it for the most part till playoffs. So just kind of get used to it doing it earlier. But shit, if I'm at the 5 and I can guard that 5 man, opposing teams more than likely gonna be in trouble. So.
When do you start looking at the rest of the league, like looking at their games? Obviously, the Lakers game for y'all is Thursday. They play before that. When do you start transitioning from off-season, preseason mode to, okay, we got games coming up?
Sure. I've been watching the preseason. You know, believe it or not, that's definitely a direct, you know, reflection of the team and like how things going because you know guys kind of. I feel like this year is just like so stacked around the league, so much things going around that the intensity is way higher at the start of the season. People just look around the league and like how guys are playing and you know what kind of teams they're putting out there and just the media surrounding it. I feel like this year is like one of the most intense years I've been around. Part of.
You said the camaraderie feels better. Why? This season.
I think we just, you know, I think it's just a good mixture of personalities. Definitely adding John. You know, he's the guy he is. You know, he's outspoken. He's aggressive. You know, we needed that. I feel like, you know, other than myself, we kind of like last year we were kind of a little quiet. You know what I'm saying? I think having a guy like that's flashy, being able to push the pace, get the crowd involved, things will be, you know, a big help. And just off the court, man, we you know, we just gelling. You know. It's been fun. The couple weeks we've been here, been together, training and things like that.
Did you go to the two mini camps in San Diego and Santa Barbara?
I did.
You didn't?
I did.
Okay. Just from not being there, but did you hear anything about how they were and maybe how they helped guys bond or anything like that?
I did.
Okay.
You know what it's like to join a team, this team at mid-season from your trade from the Knicks. Rocco and Norm went through that last year. They were only here for a couple months.
Sure.
I'm curious what it's been like to sort of see them in the mix for a full training camp, and what do you think they sort of can add from their elements to this team?
I mean, both of them is just, you know, just veterans. You know, easy guys, easy going guys. So they fit in perfect, man. You know, Rocco, he could do a little bit of everything. You know, Norm can score, and he's been really focusing on his defense. So it's just a good mixture, man. Just to have that type of depth. You know what I'm saying? Those type of veterans on the team. You know, especially Norm, you know, he's won the championship, so he's kind of had that experience with Kay. I mean, it's just good to have them both.
On Sunday, you guys were able to run that all-5 wing lineup. I talked to Nico about it. Nico was like, finally.
Yeah.
I mean, how much were you guys looking forward to running that lineup? What are some of the, I guess, pros of that lineup?
I mean, me personally, I didn't want to put it out there till the season started, but I mean, it was cool. We've all around 6'8", 6'9", so just having that versatility definitely gonna come in handy.
Curious, now that Ty's been around you guys, like the bulk of this team's been around for 3 years together, all the Ty's time. Does he coach you guys as a group a little differently than he did maybe that first season? Has that changed? Because you guys are more comfortable, you guys know each other?
Sort of, kind of. I can say that. You know, our relationship has been the same. Obviously, we know each other, but I mean, you've had a couple different players that come in and out. So you know, obviously, we got a little bit younger and then got a little bit older at the same time. So, I mean, you can say that.
Thanks, Marcus.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, Marcus.
Let's get ready for Hoop Jab.